Yo guys, I'm HP, this is Dr. Pink, and we together are here to solve your timing problems in rock guitar. So we present to you ultimate rock guitar timing exercises. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button, and also join the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. What are we talking about today? Ultimate rock guitar timing exercises. Exercises which shall help you to get really like a rock guitar machine. Sounds way more complicated than it is. I have here a backing track. It's basically the bass line of Peter Gunn. To make it a little bit more interesting, we have a tempo of 82 BPM, and we're going to check out the different exercises which are really essential for your rock guitar timing. The main thing, which is most important of all, is your foot, which you don't see here, but I show you. So this is the tempo here. So first thing you need to do, you pick any kind of backing track. I would suggest 82, something around this tempo. And the first thing you need to do, tune in with your foot to the tempo. Okay. And then, well, let's first do the easy one. I'm just using an E power chord or open E string. Now you have your foot and you do different timing figures, which have to work without your foot getting out of the tempo, you know. This is like a machine, you know, the rock machine. This always goes through. Whatever you do here on the fretboard or with your picking hand. And these exercises here shall help you to develop kind of an automatism that this thing just goes through seamless, and then you, once you have these automatisms, you're going to be completely free and you can noodle around and you'll always be in tune, because your guiding line or guiding light is this. Okay, that's what it's all about here. It's not so much about the figures, it's about that you turn your focus. I mean, I've taught many students in my career, and literally all students, including me when I was younger, made the same mistake. Try to do cool stuff on the fretboard, and then after that just get the timing somehow right. But it has to be the opposite. First, this has to be steady and cool, and then you develop figures which are really precise, and you have the perception has changed. You have the foot. This is first and everything comes after. And that's the big difference. And I just want to help you guys to avoid many hours of practicing wrong stuff. And the first thing is you tune into a backing track, get the tempo, and then with the tempo you play the power chord on 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. So the first thing is just to play a power chord, 4 beats coming on the 1. Okay, you can also move it from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and you stop exactly after 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. Then we come on 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, take these games, and always think about when you play long notes, a note also has to be stopped exactly. So the damping technique really stops exactly. That's the first thing. Next thing is playing quarter notes or synced with the foot, okay? Or you switch between play and pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever comes to your mind, okay? And now we're getting in the more difficult stuff, but this is the basic foundation. If you cannot do this properly and automatically, you will fail in the upcoming more difficult tasks now. Okay? Next is now 8 notes, proper 8 notes, palm muted. And now here comes a trick, or the first difficulty. Here you make all down strokes, but your foot is making down up. So this is diametral, you know? So you need to get a feeling for that and be really on the beat. If you're not on the beat, you will not sound cool. I just mixed up the two figures. You already saw that this stuff already works and sounds pretty cool. Even it's a very, very basic thing, but it's not so basic to have this really precise, okay? And that. So now let's move on. We do 16 notes. And now with 60 notes, we have down, up, okay? Depending on your playing level, you can select an easy 16 note figure, just palm muted on the low E string, or a little run here, 5, 7, 5, 7. Has to be really synced. The trick is, once again, that the foot is first and then comes everything above this. Let's check out in detail what I played here. As at the beginning was really simple, but now it's getting harder and harder, but it's getting cooler and cooler, but we have the perception turned on the beat and not on what is happening on the fretboard. Now let's check out the figure which I just played before in detail. It was just this with a proper palm muted position here. Or you can keep it together with the backing track. Let me put it a little bit far away, that you see the picking hand as well. That was not really cool. So really keep it cool, and as I said, the foot is first and then you tune in. Up with the chord. Once you have the feeling how 16 note works, you can try to start improvising and just do runs which you like just upon the 16 note feeling, sing it with your foot, and that's what is really cool. And then in between you go back to the original figure, to this or to. Okay. It works really nicely. You can also do like put in a chord, same thing again. It's the same movement, but now you have a chord. We're only doing really basic or ultimate rock guitar timing figures, so that's it sounds cool, even it's still a basic figure. Okay, now let's do the hardest of all. Now we mix up all those techniques in one little riff. We do the power chord plus the open string, the palm muted figure in 6 other. First we do one 16 note figure, then the power chord, one beat. I'll show you. Okay, so that was pretty simple because the figures somehow resolve perfectly on the beat. One beat with 16 note, one beat with 1/4 note, and in between a 16 note run. Okay, now that's the last of the exercise we do. Now we shift the accent. So the figure is like this. We do 2 8 notes, palm muted, 1 power chord. So means the first figure starts on a downbeat. So and then you just continue. So then the second figure starts on an upbeat, but still with the foot, and this twists your whole system. So you have so it always switches the accent. And after 3 bars, it starts all over again. So it always shifts the accent, and after 3 bars, we are back to the beginning. Let's do that. you don't see the foot now, but that is always steady and stable. Whatever you do, it's always steady and stable. Now we're doing the same thing again, but instead of 2 8 notes, we play a 60-note figure. So that means the first 60-note figure starts on beat, the other one off beat. That's quite a challenge, but let's see how that works out. And again, this figure repeats itself after 3 bars. That's really tough one, I must admit, but coming from the really simple to the really tough one, it should not make any difference what you play on the fretboard, because the guiding line, as I said at the beginning of the tutorial, is your foot, and then you're ready to go. Yo guys, that was the ultimate rock guitar timing exercises. The beginning seems to be really simple, but if you cannot do the beginning, the really simple ones, on an automatic, intuitive way, you have no chance to go further with the more complicated stuff. But at the end of the story, and that's what makes this thing the ultimate rock guitar timing exercises, is that all parts have to work intuitively, and that your foot or your time feel, it should never drop out of the beat, whatever you do here. And then you can start mixing up the figures and even improvise with them. And you'll always be really on time, and in rock guitar, timing is everything. I mean, power chords are really simple, but you really have to do the perfect timing, and then you're the go-to guy. I give you an example how then you also can start adding effects, which I just did before with wah-wah. And that has to become additional, so you never drop out of the beat. And I can tell a little secret, these exercises are still, for me after these many years, still sometimes a challenge, because I really have to pay attention. Am I really on the beat? You know, it's even for advanced players, this thing is not so easy, but also for beginners, it's the same challenge for everybody. The chords are not hard, the technique here is also not so hard, but the combination of everything with the foot and with the perception, that's the main task on this. So I'll give you an example now, going through the whole thing. Was all these figures which I just showed, mixed up, changing chords, adding some wah-wah, and I can admit another little secret. Once in this little sequence, I dropped out with the foot. Probably noticed where it made a little doom. And as I'm saying, the stuff looks simple, but it's not simple. It's your daily training if you want to be a really go-to rock guitar player, because precision is everything. Good. I'm going to write down these exercises I showed on one piece of paper, or 2 pieces. It's going to be available in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy, plus this backing track for practice. I found 82 BPM is really an idle tempo, because it doesn't give you too many speed challenges here, you know, that you really can focus on all elements, and it's always in the range. And honestly, when a track is slower, it's harder than when it's fast, you know. When you do the Metallica thing, you know, like Whiplash, that's not as, honestly, it's not so hard as this one here. Good. That's all me and Dr. Pink are having to say. If you love my channel, please share it to all your friends. Tell everybody in the guitar community that we exist. Also the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. And me and Dr. Pink are saying goodbye.